All right, guys, so we are going to be starting with drawing ray diagrams. This one is of a concave mirror. It is a concave mirror because it curves towards the object that we are going to be working with. So the way that we are going to be creating these ray diagrams is we first need to identify the different parts of our diagram here. So we have, this is our mirror. Our normal is our center line that everything is focused on. Think of the normal as the ground. The focus is going to be where all the light bounces back to, for lack of a better way to say that. And then the center of curvature, if you have a rounded mirror, there's going to be a center in which that mirror is. So imagine this as being the middle of an imaginary sphere. And then, of course, we have an object. This is the thing that we are trying to see what it would look like in our mirror. So to get started, we have our parts of our diagram already set up. We're going to start with our object, and we are going to draw our first angle of incidence, or first line of incidence. And we're just going to draw a solid line that is parallel to the normal. Okay, and then we are going to reflect that line back in a dotted line. It's best if you use a straight edge of some sort to make this happen. Otherwise, you're just kind of eyeballing your angles here. And you're going to go through the focus because all light is going to pass through that focus. Now, when the light is hitting an object, and hitting a mirror, it's all going to come from different angles. And one thing that we do know, though, is that everything is going to pass through this focal point. So the other line of incidence we are going to draw is with our blue marker here. And this is going to go from the top of the object through that focal point, and it's going to reflect back parallel. So it's going to do the opposite of what our red line did here. So we're going to go ahead and draw our solid line through that focal point to the mirror. And then it's going to reflect back parallel to the normal. You can tell I'm using a different side of my marker to make that happen. But anyway, you should be able to see that there's a point where these two lines of reflection intersect. And that is going to be where our image is formed. And we're going to draw that with the arrowhead pointing at that intersection. The arrowhead is pointing at our intersection. So what we can see of the image that we have, we should be able to see a few things. I'm going to add in our lost diagram here. So lost being just the way that we describe the image that is formed. So L is location. L is location. And it should be between the focal point and the center of curvature. So I'm just going to write between F and C. That's our focal point and our center of curvature is our location of the image. O is going to be the orientation of our image. So if upright is pointing, or with the arrow pointing up, the opposite would be inverted, and our arrow is pointing down. So our O is going to be inverted. All right. S is going to be the size. So I'm going to go ahead and add, I'm going to go down here so I have a little bit more room. S is the size. And if you were to take a ruler, you should be able to see that this arrow, the original, the object, is going to be larger than our image. So the size is going to be reduced. And then the type of image key for this is going to be a real image. When you have a real image, it is going to be inverted every single time. This is real. All right, and we have successfully made our first ray diagram.